Have you ever wondered how a player can transition from being one of college football's most remarkable passers and leaders to becoming virtually forgotten in the NFL? How does someone who once led the league in passing find themselves relegated to the sidelines as a backup just a year later? In this intriguing video, we delve into the perplexing and often absurd career trajectory of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's journey from college stardom to NFL anonymity is a tale of highs and lows, filled with moments of brilliance and setbacks that have left fans and analysts alike scratching their heads. As a standout quarterback in college, Winston dazzled with his exceptional passing skills and leadership on the field. His accomplishments at Florida State University made him a household name and a highly coveted prospect in the NFL draft. However, once drafted into the NFL, Winston's career took an unexpected turn. Despite early success and flashes of brilliance with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, including leading the league in passing yards, Winston's tenure was marked by inconsistency and turnovers. His transition from a promising young star to a forgotten backup quarterback seemed almost surreal. In this retrospective, we explore the factors that contributed to Winston's roller coaster journey in professional football. From on-field struggles to off-field controversies, Winston's career has been a narrative of unfulfilled potential and missed opportunities. Yet amidst the challenges, there are moments of resilience and glimpses of the talent that once made him a top prospect. Join us as we unravel the enigmatic career of Jameis Winston, examining the twists and turns that define his legacy in the NFL. Discover how a player can rise to the top of college football only to face unforeseen challenges that shape their path in professional sports. Whether you're a football aficionado or simply intrigued by tales of perseverance and redemption, Jameis Winston's story offers a compelling narrative of ambition, adversity, and the unpredictable nature of athletic careers. College superstar. Born in Alabama, Jameis was a dual-sport athlete in high school. He was a dangerous dual-threat QB, as well as being a brilliant high school baseball player. Jameis was even drafted to the MLB straight out of high school, but football was always his biggest focus. Ranked as the best quarterback in the nation coming out of high school, Jameis redshirted his first college season before being named the starter for the 2013 season. That year, Winston won multiple different awards as he led Florida State to the national championship, putting himself on the map for the NFL. Jameis continued to play baseball while at Florida State, but he would stop playing baseball once football became his career focus. There was no way any NFL team was going to let him play baseball as well as football. With the interest he was getting from the NFL, it was an easy decision for Jameis. Jameis lost just once in college, coming in a blowout defeat to Oregon the following season. But he was the best player in college football at one time and the unanimous first overall pick for the 2015 NFL Draft. It was a done deal that Jameis would be staying in Florida, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having the first overall pick. Coming out of college, Jameis was by far the finished product. He had off-the-field issues, and Jameis had hurt his stock a little with 18 interceptions in his final season with Florida State. Early promise. But the Bucs looked very smart with picking him first overall after Jameis had one of the best rookie seasons we have ever seen. He became the youngest player to pass for 3,000 and 4,000 yards in that first season, while also tying the record for the most touchdowns in a single game by a rookie QB. He broke countless Bucs rookie records, including most passing touchdowns and most passing yards. The Bucs even watched their QB become a Pro Bowler in his very first season in the NFL. Now that is an exceptional way to start your career in the league. Jameis even began with a great start to his second season in the NFL, earning NFC Offensive Player of the Week against the Atlanta Falcons in Week 1. But the Bucs started to struggle massively, in part due to injuries, and they slumped to 3-5. Jameis responded to that slump by leading the Bucs on a 5-game win streak and taking them back into playoff contention. He was not always the most efficient or clean passer, but Jameis was starting to get the Bucs playing winning football. How could you criticize a QB who takes his team to a winning record, which is what Jameis did in his sophomore season? They might have fallen just short of the playoffs, but Jameis could build off his brilliant second season, right? Well, not exactly. Interceptions, injuries, and altercations. 2017 was the turning point in Winston's career. It really could not have gone much worse for him on the field or even off it. Let's start with on-the-field issues. Despite the Bucs signing Deshaun Jackson in the offseason, the offense struggled once again, with the Bucs slumping to a 2-6 start. In the middle of that losing streak, Jameis injured his throwing shoulder. He continued to play through the injury, but that was not the smartest plan. The Bucs did not win another game with Jameis as a starter that season, as Winston was later ruled out due to that same shoulder injury. That season is better remembered as the year when Jameis essentially started the beef between his teammate Mike Evans and Saints corner Marshawn Lattimore. The Bucs finished 2017 with a 5-11 record, despite the fact that Jameis had become the second youngest player in NFL history to reach 10,000 passing yards. Jameis was a polarizing star at this time, with some people believing he wasn't even good enough for a backup role, and some fans believing he was a Pro Bowler being held back by a lackluster team. Career falls apart. The Bucs clearly believed there was more to see from Jameis as they picked up his fifth-year option. At the same time, his off-the-field problems started to spill out onto the field. Jameis was suspended for the first 3 games of the season due to allegations of sexual assault. He returned to the Bucs after the suspension, but could not produce the winning rugby that the team were looking for. In Week 8, Jameis threw for 276 yards and a touchdown to go along with 4 picks as he was benched against the Giants. It was not the first time that Jameis would be benched that season. The story just kept on being the exact same. Jameis would put up big passing numbers as a premier gunslinger, but his decision-making was poor, and he would throw far too many interceptions to be a star. 2019 was the clearest sign of that, and one of the weirdest seasons the league has ever seen. On one side, Jameis led the league in passing with an incredible 5,109 yards across 16 games. He beat out first-ballot Hall of Famers like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Drew Brees to that accomplishment. But he also led the league in interceptions with a whopping 30. That's almost 2 picks every single game. He set some incredible records along the way, becoming the first Bucs quarterback to throw for 30 touchdowns in a single season. Winston was just the 8th QB to throw for 5,000 yards in a single season, but he was also the first with at least 30 touchdowns and 30 receptions. Those mistakes led to the Bucs finishing with a losing record, and he set the record for throwing the most pick sixes in a single season. By this point, it was not the Bucs roster holding them back. It was Jameis Winston. They had a big decision to make on the future of Jameis. Winston's chances of continuing in Tampa were not helped by 2 big factors. For one thing, he required meniscus surgery in the offseason while also dealing with a broken thumb that had hampered him for the entire 2019 season. So when the Bucs realized that Tom Brady was going to be available, they were happy to let Jameis go and replace him with the greatest QB of all time. Since then, Jameis has barely played in the league, despite 4 seasons with the Saints. He started off the 2021 season in impressive form, having taken over the starting role. New Orleans were 5-2 when Winston went down with a torn ACL that ended his season. His career with the Saints did not recover from this injury. His career as a starter is almost certainly over, having recently signed a 1-year contract with the Cleveland Browns to back up Deshaun Watson. It is crazy to think that Jameis is only 30 years old, having already had such a whirlwind career. The fact that Jameis led the league in passing his last full season as a starter before going on to be a backup for likely the rest of his career should show you how ridiculous Jameis Winston's NFL career has been. What do you think of Jameis Winston's career? Put your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.